Hey, good morning.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good morning this
Ah,
morning there.
can't complain. I just got a message though from StreamYard. We're not getting. They say StreamYard has lost access to Facebook account. So, they said so. Well, we're not getting our Facebook people. Well, we got our
Oh, that
YouTube and
sucks.
our Twitter people. So that's
Yeah,
all well and good. That's why I had that look on my face. I'm like, what are they telling
you're
me
like,
up
what's
there? So,
this? Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it'll send you some weird messages.
yeah, I know. So that's it. I don't know. I don't know. They're telling me like try to connect again, but I don't want to mess us up. So anyway, go on while I'm trying to fix the
All right,
Facebook
yeah,
issue here.
yeah. You guys all welcome to Dolphins Daily with Thirsty and JPF Scout. You know me as Digging in the Trenches. Today we're going to be talking about your Miami Dolphins. And we have a little bit of breaking news that came down the wire last night, as in Brennan Scarlett was signed to the Miami Dolphins practice squad. As you might have already known or heard about, he was going to have the tryout, and they ended up signing him to the practice squad. He does have the possibility of being promoted and coming up and filling that last spot for Emmanuel Ogba. We're going to talk a little bit about that today here, and obviously the Dolphins going forward. Maybe some Tua talk in there as well. So wherever you're at, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for all your latest aqua and orange content. We're going to be throwing that out there all the time for you, except for those turkey days and unwrapping Christmas present days. We
Yeah,
should be
sounds.
here.
Yeah, hey, I agree. Sounds like a plan. I'm back. I mess. We won't have Facebook today. I'll figure it out after the show. It's too much to do
Right.
while I'm filming live here. So anyway, yeah, I agree. Barry Jackson had a good article about Brendan Starlett signing, and he thinks he might fill that last active roster spot. But maybe there's still rumors that it'd be eventually Brian Jones. So I guess we just have to wait another week and see because we're not going to find out much this week. Being the off, we don't play till
Yeah.
next week, so
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
going to be in any rush to make someone on the roster.
I don't think
So
so. I think they're going to hold off until the very last second like they normally do with some of this stuff. Now, if that last spot, like it's been open for a while, like me and you were just talking about before we went live, maybe it is for Byron. I don't know. If it was me, I know they just signed Brennan back to the practice squad. I really don't think there's any reason to rush him. I actually would still go out and make a poach. I'd still go poach a defensive lineman, and I'd put him in an Ogba spot, and I'd bring Brennan along slowly. That's just me. I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but that's what I would do. Um, there's no reason to say you can't have both. You have a practice squad spot open still. If you promoted him, you'd have two of them open. So there's a lot of things you can do with the back end of that roster. You can churn it. They are churning it. They historically have churned that back end of the roster all the time. So they're going to be making moves over there no matter what. So don't get too attached to any of the guys that you're like, oh man, I'm really pulling for this guy to get promoted off the practice squad, because it just might not happen. But at the same point in time, be ready for them to, maybe bring in some new blood, someone to put down there in the defensive line that'll help. Brennan Scarlett definitely is like that tweener who, he's 264 pounds, I think. He can definitely, give you some 3-tech snaps and then jump back outside to some 5-tech snaps. That outside linebacker role. Um, he could serve that role on the 53, that's for sure. I think we lost you there, Thirsty. Hopefully you come back here real soon. That's all right. Like I was saying, you're watching Dolphins Daily here today with Thirsty and JPF Scout. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started off here, brand new to doing this. So, he lost me. He's calling, text me right now. He's got no internet. Oh man, it's okay. These things happen. These are the technical issues we go through. But, until he gets back here, I'll just wrap a little bit. Personally, I think we're just about maybe 65, 70% installed with the playbook. I don't even think you're seeing the full playbook yet. I think as we get going more into these games that'll count down the stretch, you'll see McDaniels start playing a little bit more with the playbook. I seen him getting a little bit more, opening up different pages last week in the Browns game. Looked pretty good. I mean, Tua's playing at a high level, though. So when you get this guy playing at that high of a level, the offense will look different. The offensive line looks better with him in there. The whole team actually just looks better with him in there. They got a vibe and a feel to them that I don't think they had before. So looks good, man. We're banging on all levels out there. So hopefully we can get into this bye week and get some things figured out. Not only do they need to figure out what's going on with Byron Jones, but as we previously discussed, they need to figure out how bad are the injuries to River Craycraft and to Hunter Long. Not only that, but Keon Crossing. He was out last game or got hurt last game, and we don't know what's going on with him. So hopefully he gets back into action as well. So if there's like a move there that they needed to make that, we didn't expect, like maybe someone go on down for a little while, they might make another move on the practice squad. Let me tell him I'm holding it down here. Oh, man. But other than that, there's not a lot of Dolphins news, like other than the Brennan Scarlett stuff coming down the line right there. They are improving statistically. They were one of the last ranking rushing teams in the NFL, but they're slowly moving up and jumping up their ranking as far as, overall average yards per game. It's going up. It was at like the very bottom. A lot of the statistics at the beginning of the season and the middle of the season are starting to change now. We were getting outscored. We were allowing too many points per game, and now that's dropped where we're actually scoring more points per game than we were allowing. That was at the beginning of the year. We were allowing a little bit more. That's good. I think last week our defense actually started to find something. So let's hope that that's right. If they did start to find something, then they could start getting this thing dialed right back into where they had it before, to where you've seen the defense running. If you did notice, they were getting a lot of organic looks from four pressure looks. So they're just rushing four guys, and then they're dropping the rest back into zones and into a coverage. At one point in time, I seen Jalen Phillips dropping back to the hook curl flat during that Browns game, man. He almost had himself an interception. It was like that close, He almost had his hands on that football, but we'll see. I think Thirsty said his internet's out all at his house. I don't know if I'm still going live here, but if I am, that's cool. I'll just take the show then. Oh, man. Tell him to reset his internet here. Reset his router. Oh, man. Technical difficulties. But hey, man, you still wake up in first place of the AFC East. Every morning you should be waking up in this good mood. Like, yeah, we're in first place, baby. Hold on to that feeling for as long as you can get, because, we don't know what's going to happen for these next, 8 games or 7 games. Yeah, we got 7 games left. We don't know. We got a rough road trip coming up here on the West Coast, where we're going to go to San Francisco and the Chargers, and then fly all the way back across the coast, hopefully sleep in our own beds, and then go up to Buffalo. I mean, look, they're moving the Buffalo game just due to snow. The Buffalo and the Bills and the Browns games get moved to Detroit. Like, man, that's such an unfair advantage, I think. Like, if that was the Dolphins, they'd be like, nah, you're going to play in the Hurricane. No, I'm just kidding. They probably wouldn't make us play in the Hurricane. I think they've moved a game for us before. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But when you look at our roster right now, the way it's constructed, man, they're ready to go too. But I'd like to see us do more. I'd like to see us do a little bit more, Philadelphia went out there and did more. They went out there and added 2 tackles to help their run defense out. The Ndamukong Suh, they added him. I think it was Linville Joseph. Yeah, they added Linville Joseph as well. I'd love to see us stack that side of the ball up, because I think that's where we're thin at. I mean, Brennan Scarlett's great, but wouldn't hurt to bring in Star Latui or Malcolm Brown, honestly. Someone like that's got experience too in the defense. But Wouldn't hurt, not one damn bit, you know. But moving forward on with the show today, I mean, what do you guys, man? Tua, man, he's balling right now, huh? He is just smoking hot right now. Even when the offensive line has problems, it's like sometimes Tua just bail them out of it, like on that touchdown pass to Tyreek. And he just gave himself an extra couple seconds and made that shit work. I like it. I feel like I'm just talking to myself here today. I don't even know if we have any viewers or anything because I'm not in control of that. I think Thirsty will be back with us just a second. He's resetting up his internet right now. We'll see. We'll see what's up with Thirst there. But after we get out of this bye week, I mean, as you all know, we want to continue our winning ways. The way to a successful season is to start out, obviously, with the win. We did that. Then you also want to go into the bye week with a win. Well, we emptied the tank and came out of there with a win versus Cleveland. It took us some doing, but we played one of our better games right there. We played a complete game. Special teams coverage could have been a little bit better on some kicks, and obviously you don't want to miss PATs. I seen last night's game. What was it? The Packers and the Titans. I seen someone missing. The guy they got in that Lambo. He missed a PAT too. So see, look, I'm losing my connection too. Whoa, I'm back. So I don't even know if I'm live right now. Shit. But as far as that goes, I mean, shit. Look, everyone's missing kicks, man. PATs and crap like that all over the place. But we want to secure that win versus the Texans. We don't play them particularly well historically. If any of those games have trap game written on them, I would think it would be this Texans game because it's one they're, probably think on their minds. They're like, oh man, we got this thing made right now. We'll win that game. I don't think the players. I don't think they think that at all. Guess he's resetting his internet right now. Oh, he'll be back with us here soon. But other than that, the show must move on. I mean, after you get out of the Texans, you got to go. I mean, hopefully we come out of that game with the win. Let's all hope for that W right there, like we always do. Well, unless you're Lewis and Pete and Joe. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out too to my boy at Notorious JP. Man, I hope you're starting to feel a little bit better. Can't wait to have you back. Doing some shows with us, maybe some spaces talking football. We miss you, buddy. Get better soon. San Francisco is going to be a tough game for us. I think San Francisco's got a lot more going on for them, I think, right now than the Chargers or the Packers. I mean, the Packers looked terrible last night. Aaron Rodgers and his whole crew just look off. The team's not the same. But when we go to San Francisco, we're going to have to be dedicated to stopping the run game. It's going to be a chess match of coaching staffs going back and forth with one another, So those in-game adjustments are going to have to be made quick and on the fly. When you see something, they're just going to have to roll with it. I think McDaniels will be ready for the test. I think the team will be ready for the test. Let's just hope we're hitting on all cylinders so our running game will match right with what we're trying to do, because their offense is pretty good as well, but their defense is really good. We got to watch out for a lot of things they got. I don't know. I don't think the Bosa will be bad. I don't think he's playing, but they got Fred Warner, the good coverage underneath. I think we need to exploit them. Yo, there he is.
Lost internet. My neighbors lost it too. So
everybody. It happens.
So that whole other area, I guess, lost it. So but
I
it's
just tried to
back.
hold
So,
it down while you were gone
I'm
talking
sure you
about.
did. I'm sure. Hey, Colorado. So I'm sure it did. It did fine. I'm sure you did a
What's
great
up,
job.
buddy?
So
What's the most
yeah,
important thing to clean up over the break? That's not special teams. That's my buddy Kevin's question. That's not special teams would be. That's a damn good question. Give me just a second on that. All right, let me see. That would be our third down defense. I think we could clean that up a little bit and get a little bit better. Some of the teams are up to like almost 50% of completing third downs on us. So if there's something we could clean up that's not special teams related, it would be those third down percentages on both sides of the football, honestly. I think we're doing better on offense, but on defense, I'd like to get off the field a little bit more. And then another thing I'll give you, Kevin, that we could clean up that's not special teams related is get off to quicker starts. I want us to start faster in games. So if we get our hands on the ball, which we always defer, so we're going to be playing defense. So I want to get off the field right there. If we could start a little bit faster on games and get the ball, score faster, that'd be great, just like anybody wants to do. What was his next question? I seen on
he
there
was
is
just
like
talking
something about
Buffalo. I
Buffalo.
will put it back up there, but it's mainly taking a little shot at Buffalo.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it wasn't really a. It wasn't.
I think it was talking about how maybe they're moving the game. Buffalo is so soft. That stadium's too hot. The stadium's too cold. Haha. Yeah, exactly. I mean, damn, dude. How soft can you get? They talk about it's too hot in Miami, but now their whole game's getting moved by the NFL. I was talking about this while you were gone, Rob. They're moving the game from Buffalo, the Browns-Bills game, and they're moving it to Detroit. And I was just joking. I mean, if there was a hurricane in Miami, they'd make us play the game. No, they wouldn't either. But I still think
it's the NFL made the decision, but it's fun. It's always fun to pick on Buffalo. So
it is.
It'd be
That's
picking
such
on us
crap.
if it would be picking on us if we had to move our game because of a hurricane and whatever.
You guarantee
so, like you said, so it's all fun, but it's in the NFL and it's for the safety, I guess, of everyone. But it's more fun just to pick on them. So I agree with you, Colorado. So I know it's basically how it falls. Buffalo might as well stay out in Detroit, and they will have 2 Detroit games in a row in the stadium. So
yeah, that's on, and a lot of people are going to be complaining about that and bitching about that it's unfair, and like I'm one of them because it's just to me it's like that's kind of unfair in a way. Like you're already going to get to play Detroit.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I mean, I know they just beat the Bears by 1 point. They're playing scrappy. They played us tough too. Yeah, they got pride. They have pride, so they want to play in this league. I get that. So I'll give them that.
Maybe on Turkey Day, the Lions will show up and play well. You never know.
Oh, let's hope so, man. Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah, in the snow game, I was thinking maybe that, Cleveland could shock the world and beat, at least keep the game closer, but with grinding out running games. But now Buffalo indoors is just going to do what
it's over.
Basically, they're going to control and they're going to beat them, So it just actually kind of worked for Buffalo,
It did.
Because in a big snow game, you never know the running game.
It's never Buffalo's fault when they lose. It's always something else. It's true, isn't it? It's not their quarterback. It's the coach. Oh, that was the wrong play. It's wide right. It's wide right.
I know. It's just it's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little kudos because you were running the Dolphin Thirsty ship there for a little while.
No worries, man.
Best way for people to get.
I was just kind of rambling on by.
That's fine. I know. I would have been the same way. Like, oh no, we what the heck we're supposed to talk about? It's crazy.
Nah, we just talk about them fans.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like first I get the message about Facebook I'm gonna have to worry about later. And then I get the internet out. I'm like, oh, so much for a fantastic. I was gonna go with the theory of we're gonna have a fantastic Friday, even if no Dolphin football. And then every curveball that can be thrown my way came my way. But it's happened. It happens when you're live.
That's right. That stuff happens, man.
Safe little recording, you can edit it 50,000 times before anyone eyeball see it. But we go live to talk about our Dolphins here, so it's all good.
Absolutely. I mean, it's still a fantastic Friday. I mean, we got Brennan Scarlett. We're trying to do the right things.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this week, we can actually watch without, we will have some rooting interest, of course. Of course, we would love to see the Browns. I'm not going to count on that, of course. The Browns upset the Patriots and Jets, I can't really get on board with either one. I just say no matter what, it'd be good. One will get another loss. It's just like, because I don't want to root too hard for the Patriots, because the next thing you know, Belichick will have them rolling, and then they'll be saying, "God, I wish they would have lost to the Jets that week," because now the Jets have taken it on the chin a couple of times. Yeah. But I mean, I see the reasoning why people want, because they want more teams bunched up. We have the head-to-head against New England, but it's hard to root for either one of those teams.
It's crazy because New England's only they're 5-4. I remember back when we first, started the season off, everyone's like, "Oh, that team's dead," and they lost their quarterback, but they're finding a way to win games just like they normally do.
In there. It's scary. The whole division's hanging in there, but it's just like you want to get some separation.
Yeah.
Because back in those stupid days that New England was owning the division, it's because the rest of the teams like us, unfortunately, and the Jets and the Bills, they all stunk. So New England ran away with the division.
Exactly.
This year, everyone thought Buffalo was going to run away with it. But we're getting pretty deep into the season, and they're not running. We're actually ahead of them mathematically due to being ahead of the schedule. So it's crazy.
Yeah, when you had your little internet trouble right there, I was actually talking a little bit about that. And isn't it nuts how the AFC East is that powerhouse division in football when everybody thought it was going to be the AFC West? I mean, I'm even included in that. I thought the AFC West was going to be the best division in football.
I thought they were going to be phenomenal too.
Yep.
I mean, of course, the Chiefs are living up to their end of the bargain, but
sure, they got Patty Mahomes and they got Andy Reid and stuff. They'll ride the ship out. Just like Belichick has, Belichick and the Patriots have Belichick. That's why they're able to do what they're doing too. Yeah. I think it comes down to having that strong base, a good quarterback and a good coach, man, that can take you a long ways in this league.
No, yeah, for sure. It's just, and then like the Raiders are a big disappointment out there, which I'm fine with. They're a big disappointment. Chargers are, about I guess the Chargers are what the Chargers are. You just kind of figure, and then the Broncos are a lot worse than what people thought too. So
it's nuts, man. I'm here in Colorado, and I got lots of friends who are Broncos fans, and they're so pissed off, disheartened.
Well, I can imagine giving up all that draft capital, and then your team stinks on top of it.
Yep, they don't even know.
Welcome,
Steve.
I hope your son's doing well, Steve. So he sent me a message. His son wasn't feeling too well. So hopefully Steve bends up to you and your super family out there.
Steve, I hope your son gets better soon, my man. And also I want to give Steve his flowers because he nailed the Brennan Scarlett pickup. He called it like 3-4 days ago that we were going to pick the dude up. And lo and behold,
yeah, I know he was. He told me the same thing. He goes, "Oh, remember, he's still out there." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think about the name, and sure enough, before you know it, it's on the practice.
I guess the reason why I didn't think about the name, and I was like, "Oh man, I kind of wrote the dude off. I probably shouldn't do that," but I heard he was doing like his own little show, his own little podcast, had like his own little thing going on. I was like, "Oh, maybe he's done with football then." So I thought maybe he was done, but you know what? You never think that. These guys will come out of nowhere. Herbert has the highest completion percentage in the fourth quarter game, losing INTs. So there's that. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You know what? Everybody was so about Herbert, man. I mean, it's funny how things flip-flop. Like when we first got Tua, people were really dogging on the kid. Like, oh, no, he sucks. He was hurt. He was hurt in high school, hurt in college. He's going to be hurt again. That's all he does is get hurt. He's soft. He's too small. He's a Smurf. I've heard it all, man. I've heard it all. But Herbert, man, they wouldn't come up for air off the dude's, private part there. And I'm like, damn, bro, you guys need to chill. Like, Herbert's just as young and, quarterback like Tua is. Is he gifted? Yeah, because he can sling it through a brick wall. Yeah, he's got a cannon arm. But he's got the crappiest. He's got the crappiest setup, and like technique is sloppy everywhere. Like if I'm gonna throw it like down the middle of the field, I want my legs to be pointed toward the middle of the field. His legs are like pointed at the sideline. He's doing it with all arm. His technique is bad. I mean, he has this one little thing where he gets the ball and he'll like flip the ball and rotate it. Like all those little seconds you do and those little extras, they're not needed. So that's the thing. Like I'm just not a Herbert fan. I will give the kid his flowers because he's played better and he's come a long, far way than where I thought he was going to go. But man, he reminds me a lot of. Man, I hate to say this, dude, but he reminds me a lot of Ryan Tannehill. I just don't think the kid has the clutch gene to win these big games. I think it's something's going to be there to make it mess it up. So far, he's looking like I'm right,
Yeah.
too. In the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, he's throwing interceptions and shit.
I mean, that's one of the biggest things on, that people got jumping down to us throat from the beginning, because Herbert did get out of the gates. Herbert went sprinting out of the gates and putting up great numbers, and everyone's like, oh my God. But they don't realize it's a marathon, these careers. It's like he just sprinted out the gate with a big lead because, I don't know, it's just timing, whatever. He did well. He put up the big numbers and broke the rookie touchdown record, which probably get broken a lot more because it wasn't even that long. Baker Mayfield had, and look where Baker Mayfield is now, and he had set the touchdown rookie record. So it's just
right. Like, but when you look at both of the rosters constructed, like to what the system he got drafted into and the system the Dolphins drafted Tua into, they're two different things. Like, we didn't have Keenan Allen, we didn't have Mike Williams, we didn't have Austin Eckler, we didn't have an offensive line. Well, he had all those things, plus a coaching staff that literally would cater the game to be around what he did best, which is he's a vertical passer. He likes to throw it downfield. That's what they do with this guy. I mean, and you have Eckler. You have a running game to run on. What do we have in Miami? Mac Hollins and Lynn Bowden. And
I agree.
Come on, bro. Look at that offensive line was the last ranked in the league, dude. Look where it is now. We're in the top 10 of the PFF rankings.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, bro. I mean, we're coming along. We're coming along. So anybody who's like,
I'm more of a guy that just worries about my team and whatever. I wouldn't mind for the next 10 years that Tua and Herbert are facing each other in pivotal playoff games. Bring it on.
I love
That's what I want. I don't need to compare my guy to their guy. Let's just win with our guy, and it's all great. But I know it's a thing to do on Twitter, I guess. Everyone loves
it's divided the fan base. It's divided the fan base, bro. It's literally taken the fan base and split it in half. And the reason why is because, like, dude, you remember back.
Oh, I think I lost. Now I think I lost you, Justin. My feed went out earlier, and now I think I just lost Justin. Yeah, I know. Back up. Are you back?
Oh, here we are. No, I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, I was saying, I'm not the biggest Jay Fiedler guy ever. When we had Jay Fiedler, I was like, oh man, I don't know if this guy's going to be able to get it done. But did that stop me from rooting for the Dolphins? No, I got behind Jay Fiedler and I rooted for the Dolphins. Same with Jay Cutler. I didn't like Jay Cutler, but I was still going to go for the Dolphins. So like whoever puts on that, whoever puts on that uniform is who I'm going to go for, even if I don't like the guy.
I know. What was I going to say? Steve has another question here, but let's see, where's Seth Carter? There you go.
Oh, Ethan Carter is actually I don't think he's got a designation for return because I think that concussion was so bad that he's on injured reserve for the season. So I don't think he's coming back with us this season. I think the only guys you have a glimmer of hope for are going to be Trey Flowers, Byron Jones, and Liam Eichenberg. I think those are the three names that you maybe could see come back for designation for return. I don't know the status on any of those. I don't know how bad or the severity of injuries are on any of them, but I know we could use all thrry of them right now. We could use anybody's that we could use right now. Like, in my opinion, even I'm blessed that we have Austin Jackson back on the line. In my opinion, you got to fortify both sides of that line. And we already have, but I'd like to do it a little bit more. Like I just mentioned, you were gone, but the Eagles just picked up Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. I mean, when you really want to go all in, you guys, you just go all in.
Well, the Dolphins are basically all in.
They're all in, but I mean,
we have like $500,000 only left under the cap right now. So we're up there and but like I said, so we're definitely in the win now, like Steve and I like to talk about this team is definitely on the
we're in there
now, mode. But I agree. You still can do little extra fine tuning stuff, but we're really And then going into the next off season, we will have a whole bunch of time to talk about that during our off season the past time. But
right.
The salary cap is looking brutal for the Dolphins from what I've read in Barry Jackson's article this week.
Yeah, it's brutal right now, but they're going to have some cap. They'll be able to clean some of that up in the offseason.
I think Gesicki's gone for sure.
I think he's going to walk. Walk. Me and you talked about it already.
We did, but he's gone, and then either rework Brian Jones or you're gonna. But it's Brian Jones. It's just
Byron.
unfortunately, yeah, Brian. I just can't pronounce the name Jones.
Byron
But
Jones.
yeah, his contract's brutal, especially for
It's
a guy
bad.
that's not playing. At least if he was contributing to this success we're having this year, would be able to eat that contract a little better. But and I don't know, and I'm not going to knock the guy because we don't know. He could really be hurt. I know I see a lot of Dolphin fans. Oh, I'm mad at him but he could really be hurt. I don't think
Yeah,
wouldn't
people
want
are
to be
pissed.
a part of this team. Like in the past, you could maybe say, oh, these guys, like, how well do they really want to play? They just want to get their money and they're not having fun out there. But this team,
Right.
you just see they're having fun. So who's not going to want to be out there? I just think it must be a lot. Everyone recovers different, and
yeah, it must be a lot worse than any of us know. Like,
I can't imagine. Who knows? Maybe he's just not happy here. Maybe, who knows? Because some people are speculating that he just doesn't want to come back, But
nah, I don't think
know.
that's it.
I can't be in their mind. So I'm just going to say he's hurt, and that's the reason he's not back. But I would love him, man. This defense added with him would be like that.
Oh, God.
Mid-season pickup, late pickup to help.
It would. It would.
And we already got his money on the book. Might as well use it, So
exactly. If we could get him back for this long stretch of games for this next run, it would mean the world of difference for that defense. You would see it out there too, because then we'll be able to go back to what we were doing, which is that that cover man press. So just go up there and press these guys and make them make those passes perfect, and it'll help the front. It'll help the front end of the defense just as well. And you know what, man, I'm gonna hold out hope that Byron's gonna come back, but I don't think it's gonna happen, dude. I really don't. And the reason why is because that's why I think they picked up Chubb too, because they were like, well, screw it. If we can't get the back end to shore up, we'll go get front end help in order to try to help the back end. So if you could get the front end pressure, which now we can do with Ford, they'll be able to get help on the back end with dropping more guys back into coverage
And our defensive backs have played well, considering
they have.
Because, you weren't expecting some of the guys that are contributing. You weren't expecting another undrafted free agent Kohu to come in and contribute.
No way.
And then Crossan, and you figure maybe he would have one and once, but you didn't think he would be playing as much. Or
Bethel, man.
And Bethel playing as much. It's crazy. It's just like you keep on going down, and the guy keeps on stepping up. Of course, it'd be better to have Jones, and of course, Brandon Jones going. That was a hit to the defense.
That was a huge hit. It changed the dynamics of the defense, and now you're starting to see it now. But I like I got a buddy, Brian. He doesn't really like Eric Rowe, but I like Eric Rowe. I think Eric Rowe's got what it takes to fill right in for Brandon Jones.
Teams. He knows what it takes.
He knows what it takes, man. He's been there before. I think he can do it. So I'm not going to worry about that spot of it right now. I think we're good on, like, as far as like depth and stuff goes throughout the roster. I just think that they need to add more. Give me some more. Like, it doesn't really hurt. It doesn't really hurt.
I do think it would be somewhat limited, just for the simple fact
You're limited.
of, where financially we're right up against the wall, basically.
Yeah, you are. But you can make. Don't be surprised if you were to get, like, say you wanted to give some more to the team and you're Chris Greer. There are ways to maneuver this cap right now. It just might not be very popular amongst players and the team. You got 2 running backs that you're really not even using that don't have a contract for next year. You have guys that are, that you could easily just go, hey, guess what? We're going to give you a chance to go catch on somewhere else, Myles Gaskin, and here's your walking papers. And frees up one roster spot plus the salary for him there.
I know there's always way, because look at the Rams. They kept on adding to the salary. You're like, oh, the Rams have nothing. And next thing you know, they're signing more people. So it's just.
You can also go ahead and go negative into the salary cap and then just pay there's probably some sort of a fee right there that make you pay for going over the cap or something like that. They probably fine us or something for going over. You can go over the cap.
So I wasn't like. Put it this way: if Ross was like an owner in baseball, he wouldn't be caring about luxury tax and all that. Can you imagine if there was like no cap here, but you just paid if you went over the cap? If there was no hard, Ross wouldn't care. He would say, "Oh,
nope,
I don't care. Find me everyone in the world. Just give me a Super Bowl before I'm no longer here." Which I'm fine with, because as a fan, that's how I feel. Give me a
Same
Super
here.
Bowl no matter what. I don't care if
Yep.
we buy it, draft it, trade for it. Just give me.
I think he will play a few games late in the schedule, just showcase his skills. Byron Jones, he won't be here next year. If I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to hold out hope that you're right, Steve. But man, in my heart of hearts right now, I can feel it. I can feel it in there. It's just not going to happen. That's what I feel. I don't think it will. Like, I hope you're right, man, because it would bring a cherry on top of our defense that we could use to make a run with. But I agree with Steve. I don't think he'll be here next year. I think that's a contract they're going to try to if he wants to renegotiate his deal, then you can stay. But if you don't, then you got to go, because we got to make other moves.
No, you do. You definitely got to move. I want Christian Wilkins to get his money and all that, like we talked about the other day. So there's guys that you want to be paid, that you want around for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be decisions. That's why I'm just enjoying this season as we go.
Because,
It's just, we're having fun. We're winning. And
so fun, dude.
It is a lot of fun.
Lots of stuff going on.
See, a little bit of this here.
The greatest football team.
You
love this song, don't you?
Yeah, we got to get a little bit. We got to get a little bit of that going on this year. So it's just.
No, we lost him. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I think.
I thought I lost the internet again because you went out and I went out for a second.
I was like, oh, he went out. I don't know. I don't know about you, but how do you feel about an updated version of the Miami Dolphins fight song?
Yeah, I still like the classic. I always keep the classic, just like the old uniforms. But, there's a few out there that they try to update the song, but I just weren't wowed about them. So
we should let Solo D do. We'll just let Solo D do the new one.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, like I say, anything that works, man, to get the fans pumped up. And I think the Dolphin fans are really pumped up right now because
they're excited.
I live here in South Florida, and you're actually starting to see people wear their Dolphin shirt out and about, seeing banners fly on the car. So,
hell yeah.
It's about time because, like I said, South Florida is kind of a bandwagon environment, I admit. I'm not, and you're not. We stick with our Dolphins no matter what. But
absolutely,
and it just proves, though, you just show that Dolphin fans are more spread out because, every time they post the ratings down here for TV, the Dolphins don't even rank. Their ranking for the Dolphins aren't that great in the ratings compared to other teams' markets for their home fans. For whatever reason, I don't know if Miami fans just don't tune into the TV as much as other fan base, or they're just so spread out that it doesn't reflect in the local market, because a lot of people like Steve, who was born down here and raised in Florida, but end up moving, away. So there's so many people like that in our fan base that is kind of.
Oh man, this fan base is spread out so all over the world that you would be surprised, man. I got friends who were in London, like my buddy Candide Simmons hosts a show called Go Times Dolphins. Dolphins with Charlie Touche. I give those guys a plug right here because their stuff's all over the world too right now. He's like, I got friends all over that are Dolphins fans. A couple friends in Texas. Bobby lives in Tennessee. You're in Florida. Everybody's all over the place, man. Evans in Canada. I mean, just think about it. I'm in Colorado. Like, they're all over the place, man. Like, we're gonna come out of the woodwork now that we're winning. I mean, let's hope we can put a Super Bowl up. Put one of those up, they'll come out.
That father and son team, where are they at? That's on the Finn.
They're actually from. I think they're from Houston as well. So I think they're from Texas as well.
You're right. They are. You're
Lewis
right.
Lewis and Mike Brown. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottoms up, fins up.
You're right. You're right, because
they do talk. They were happy that the Astros won, so I remember.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yep. So yeah, like you say, I think I'm like the rarity that's a South Florida person here, and on the other network that you and I both also show up on, the Finn Sports Talk Network, another great network that you must go hit and subscribe.
Yeah, you
when they
must
hit
subscribe.
500 subscribers, they're going to give away a great jersey that Justin's
Yep.
going to help give away.
We
So
sure
make
are.
sure that's the Fins Talk Sports Network.
Yep,
Myself and
FTSN,
Steve
baby.
Malloy have a show on there. Justin has a show on there. It's a great network.
Sure do.
All good Dolphin fans from all over the country. And I can say
Absolutely.
world because we got a Canadian on there too. From
Yeah, we
Montreal.
do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Our buddy Brett, you know Brett Lagasse. Have you been paying attention to
Ohio? Where's he at?
I think he is in Ohio. I'm not sure about that.
I know he has that Ohio State. The only reason I said because he has that Ohio State thing in his background.
Right. I think so. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Man, I was trying to warn the dude about don't get too hard on Dragon Tua online and that Dolphins receipts
people
page.
are making him.
That Dolphins receipts page found him, dude. I told him, I was like, bro, you better be careful, dude. They're gonna find you, bro.
Yeah,
they're gonna come after you.
I'm not making people pay receipts yet, but I love seeing them squirm a little bit.
Man, there's some people on there that deserve it.
Oh no, they are. But I'll go after them once the Dolphins make the playoffs and win a playoff game.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I got into it with that Lewis and Pete that are on there. We were in a Spaces and I was talking to them, and I just kind of got this feeling that they were like hating in a way they shouldn't be hating. So I got on the mic and I was like, yeah, you know what? It's because you're praying for Tua to get hurt just so that your guy can play. He got all pissed off at me, and he's like, Mom, you come up here with your opinion. Blah, 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 blah. We got into it, dude. And I was like, shut the hell up. You know I'm right. I'm speaking my mind, bro, especially if I think you're wrong. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Don't be praying on the dude to get hurt. Don't pray on the dude to get hurt so your guy can get in there and throw passes, bro. That's bullshit. I don't ever want to hear that shit come out of someone's mouth. That's ridiculous.
I don't even want our biggest rival. I didn't want Josh Allen to be hurt.
No, bro. I want to play the Bills with Josh Allen. Josh Allen's better for football. I honestly think that we got to stop that crap. My receipts are me saying how I'm going to give Tua haters hell. So blessed. Absolutely, bro. Remember, Kevin, we said we would be insufferable if Tua started balling. So just be insufferable, bro. Just let him have it. That's how I feel about it. Screw it, man. We got the best quarterback in the NFL.
See, I don't mind Charger fans taking shots at us. I don't mind because, they're fans of other teams. But when your own fan base is hating on
your own fan base, bro, that's bad.
That's what I say. Like I said, because that's what
Kevin.
That's what fans do. We trash the Jets, the Bills, the Patriots. They trash.
Don't trash our fan base.
But when I see our own fan base, hate on my man Tua because I'm like you. I'm an aqua and orange, man. I went from Dan Marino because I grew up during all the prime Dan. I remember Dan Marino being drafted, so I lived through all those great years. Stu rooted for Jay Fiedler, and after
right,
and Fiedler's
same here,
better than a lot of us give us credit for, but he was just followed up Dan Marino.
Sure,
it's just when you follow up a Hall of Famer, it's kind of tough. So he probably got more hate than them and deserved, but it's just. But Stu, no matter what. Cleo Lemon, Sazen, whatever, all the names. I can't even think of the millions of names that we've had take snaps for the Dolphins in the quarterback position.
Oh, bro, I could go through. I could probably name all of them.
Yeah. Oh, I could too if I.
It's terrible, man. Scott Mitchell, Cleo Lemon.
Yeah, Scott Mitchell, and that was so.
Joey Harrington.
Yeah. Oh, Joey Harrington. His best days were in college. I know he was on the cover of some college football video game.
Exactly.
So, that was like his heyday, and then that was it. So it's crazy.
Did you happen to see?
Always.
Sorry about that. Did you happen to see? Oh yeah, support your aqua and orange, bro. That's your team. But did you happen to see the? I think Trent Dilfer just came out and said a little bit about our quarterback. Did you happen to read anything he said about?
I know he's always fun because he helped train Tua at one point. So what did he say?
He said that Tua is got the looks of a Hall of Fame quarterback to him.
Oh, wow.
These are the words he just used. Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I'll be honest with you guys. Enjoy. Enjoy what you got. We got a good quarterback. When's the last time you could say we had a good quarterback in Miami? You guys when? 1985.
Yeah.
Since Marino.
Yeah, I know. That's it. That's been. He's definitely the best since Marino. Tannehill had his moments, but you just never got the feeling he was the guy. And we've
Yeah,
had
no
some
way.
other guys. Chad Pennington came in for a cup of coffee, and he got us to a successful year, but then we lost again in the playoffs. So we've had like little teases, but this feels like legitimate moving forward. And my still biggest worry is the only thing I might worry about Tua is his injury situation. If he can prove he can stay healthy, he's going to be among the best in the league year in, year out. And this year I don't even count
Absolutely.
that injury because that was just a fluke, getting thrown down, concussion. I'm talking about like the fingers that has kept him out, and the
Yeah,
hips and stuff like this. Let's
sure.
avoid that, and there's no stopping Tua, especially with
I
this coaching
agree.
staff. It just shows that so much goes into it.
A
It's just like
lot.
because
So
every
much
year people,
preparation.
yeah.
So much preparation and work goes into these games, you guys. Like for a coach, you're talking like 12-hour days, 14-hour days, like just nonstop game film, nonstop preparation. I totally agree with what you said about Tua, man. I'm right there with you. I'm a big Tua fan. I'm a big Tua believer. It's crazy to me though, but man, I've seen a different. I've seen it. We've talked about this a little bit. I know me and Bobby have. I've seen a different Tua Tagovailoa these last couple weeks since the Cincinnati game. I'm not going to take credit for the message I sent out to him because that's not it. But I think he's playing differently, man. I think I'm seeing a level of growth that I've not seen before with this guy. He's doing things that he wouldn't do normally. He'd give himself up on a play, the high snap. He grabs the high snap,
That
brings
was
it right
great
back
the other
down,
day.
and
I agree.
goes right to the ground because he knows there might be a chance of him taking a shot right there. I love it, bro. There's another play where Myles Garrett comes screaming around the edge, and he literally just throws it into the ground. And he made a joke with him about it. Like, I'm not going into your graveyard. Talking about injuries, to me, if you watch Allen versus Tua, it's Allen who looks like his career won't last with his play style. It'll catch up to him eventually. I agree with you, bro. That
agree.
play
Just
style
like
doesn't
Cam
last with
Newton.
anybody.
Cam Newton was because people say, oh, don't compare him to Vic because Vic wasn't big like Allen, but Cam Newton was big like Allen, and it didn't last. It's just eventually because once you're out of the pocket and you start running, then you're just like any other one else. You can hit there's no like, oh, he's a quarterback now. No, there's like you're just like a receiver or a running back once you're out there running like he does, and he takes on. Tua's done it a couple times where I'm like, come on, Tua, but it's like, but he almost Tua's gotten better at that. Allen's too, he would leap into them and everything. So eventually, I agree. So that's Kevin, Colorado's Kevin.
Yeah, that's my buddy Kevin. I agree with what Kevin said right there. I think the way he plays the game is just reckless abandonment. And you know what? I scouted Allen. He could have been a linebacker in this league, but that doesn't stop you from taking one of those hits that, maybe you break 6 ribs or a couple of ribs, or look what happened to him the other week, dude. Bryce Huff, my all Lindsay team winner. I got his jersey right here. He actually went and like hit the dude on the back and made on his throw and hit the UCL injury and caused that. Those can happen at any given time. And when you go outside of the pocket and you start scrambling around trying to be a hero, you put yourself in further danger of having that play happen to you. And that's the difference between Tua and Josh Allen. Is Josh Allen's having to put his whole freaking team on his back. His whole team, like, here, I'll take you to the promised land. Come on. Oh. And he goes down there and does it by himself. Tua's starting to understand the difference between the two, that he doesn't have to do that he can throw it down to 5 yards to Tyreek, and Tyreek will do the rest. He can give himself up, on first or second down because he has third and fourth down to live by, to fight for another down. He's becoming smarter, you guys. He's becoming the quarterback that I thought he would be.
Right in front of our,
right before your eyes. Yeah, it's so beautiful, man. It's awesome. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. I let all you guys call out the receipts. I'm going to wait till the end of the year before I call out the receipts because I'm that old fart Dolphin fan that always waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I'm afraid even though I have nothing to do, like no shirt I wear is going to make a difference in the game, but I just feel like sometimes when I talk, the Dolphins always come apart. So I'm not trying to talk too much. I'm just enjoying the ride and not talking smack until my team gets a playoff win.
If there is one thing that could happen, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if there's one thing that could happen to make you drop that feeling, that old feeling, because I have it too still, that the other shoe is going to drop or the wheel's going to fall off. What's that one thing that could happen to make you stop feeling like that?
Well, like I said, getting a playoff win would be the better. But if we go on that 3-game road trip where 2 out west and then have to come back home and then go up to Buffalo, if we go 2 out of 3 on that, then I will be, because that stretch, that 3-game stretch worries me. And it's just, that's just me being worried because, like I said, I don't like counting anyone. Even me, I don't even want to count Houston. But assuming I'm going to go, this is a mud's out on the limb. I think the Dolphins beat Houston relatively, they will win. It might be tight, whatever, but the Dolphins are going to win.
Pull it out.
That 3-game stretch with San Francisco, the Chargers, and the Bills, that's brutal. That's a brutal, and then I used to include the Packers in that, but now that coming home, but now the Packers aren't looking like I'm as worried about them. So that's me coming a long way right there, saying I'm not as worried about the Packers as much. But you never know when Aaron Rodgers is going to decide to light up the sky again. But
that's right.
But it's just like those 3 games in a row. If we come 2 out of 3, if we go 3 out of 3, I'd be as cocky as all you guys out here screaming the Miami Dolphins song and whatever. But 2 out of 3, I think would be tremendous, and it'd be better. If we had to take one on the chin, I'd rather take the San Francisco game on the chin, and then take the 2 AFC opponents the next 2 weeks, the Chargers and the Bills. But I don't know. I see us, maybe losing 2 or 3. So that's why I still worry. I just think that's a tough stretch right there.
No, I agree with you, dude. It's a tough. Really, it's a hell stretch.
I mean, really, just I think I just lost you now. Yeah, now I lost you, Justin. Man, we're carrying each other today. My buddy Justin, JPF Scout, I think his internet must have just gone out. So it's crazy. Well, he's coming back into my lower feed down here.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's like, hey, this is what, like I said, it's live, and this is only our third show. There's all nothing I can do with the internet anyway. But even if I've done 500 shows, the internet goes out. There's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, it's crazy. Because I'm trying. I think, oh no, did I hit the wrong button on them or something? Did I?
Right. No, like I was saying, that's a rough stretch of games right there. That's a hellacious stretch. But have you ever heard the old movie saying I think it was, I forgot who did it, but it was, you tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me. That's the line.
That's Tombstone. That's Tombstone.
Okay. That's the line I would use right there that I think we should play with and how I would go into this road trip. That's the attitude I would go in with. You tell them I'm coming and hell's coming with me because we're going to bring them hell. And if we could come out of that, to me, this is the stretch of the season that I looked at even from the beginning of the year. And I was like, if we're even in it, and this stretch of games, these 3 will tell me what we have. It'll literally is going to tell me what we have right now after we're done with these 3 games. Because if you could come, like you even said, if you could take 2 out of the 3, I want all 3 because hell's coming with me. Okay. If we can get that, dude, then now it proves to me, eye test passed. We're battle tested. We're battle tested and ready to go into the playoffs. So I want these 3 games. Like you heard about the coach say, empty the tank to get into this bye week. Well, once you get out of this bye week, homie, I want to see hell's coming with me. Tell them, dog. I just want to start bringing it to some of these teams, dog, and then that'll tell me you're ready to go.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, the good thing is you look at all those games, and it's not a game you think, oh, the Dolphins can't win that game. So that's a big improvement. In the overall feeling of the team, because like I say, if you would have told me like last year and you look at some of those games, you're like, oh, we're screwed going into that game. This year, I don't look at their one game. I don't look at, oh my God, the 49ers, there's no way. I mean, in Buffalo a couple years ago, I mean, like we proved a couple years ago when we went up there and laid an egg, even against some of their backups, you knew we weren't ready. When all we had to do was win the game. So you didn't even want to get into the playoffs because we would have just gotten killed the next week in the playoffs anyway.
Right.
So, but this year I look at those games and I say, man, we could beat any of these teams on our schedule.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
it's crazy because
like, so that's the best part.
I think that's a great part. You mentioned that's a great point you just brought up on. I feel the same way you do. It's nuts because at the beginning of the year, like everybody, I mean, I don't care who was doing a prediction for record predictions. everybody and their mama was like, we are not winning that game in Buffalo. We're not going to win that game in Buffalo. Don't even talk about winning that game in Buffalo. There's no way we're ever going to win it. Guess how they're talking now? Well, I think we might have a chance to win that game in Buffalo. I feel a little bit differently about that game in Buffalo now. You want to know how I feel about it? You added Jeff Wilson. I totally feel different about the game in Buffalo now, dog. Like, let's go. Let's bring this shit to me. I want to play that game in Buffalo now. I'm ready. Like, honestly, dude, I'm so excited right now, dude. I've never been this excited in my life as a Dolphins fan since 1985. Never been this excited. Feeling. It's so nice, man.
Playing with confidence too, and it just seemed like I say they're just having fun, but they're doing the part of business that they have to do, but they're enjoying the ride and
enjoying that shit, man.
You can tell. I mean, at the end of the game, when like Shorefield against the Browns, he got called for that taunting penalty, but it was just like, I think Cleveland was talking junk to them, and because a few plays before he got hit with the taunting penalty, you see Jeff Wilson too. I think they would tell him, hey, look at the scoreboard, because they're probably like, hey, I hit you hard there, and they're like, hey, look at the scoreboard. So
could the score, homie?
Shorefield walked up there and kind of did the mic drop with the ball and went first down, and they nailed him for a taunting. But to me, that was kind of a weak call, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I know. It was just like, but I liked it because it showed like, we're not going to take your crap anymore. We're going to go out there and we're going to knock you around too, So it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's such a lovely feeling to have.
No,
you're there. We're just kind of going back and forth and a little wonky.
Yeah, it is. We're about to end here anyway.
Yep.
Anything going?
Yeah, we only got about 4 minutes left.
Yeah, so
go ahead, man.
What are you looking forward to this weekend? Is any one game? I know we mentioned the Jets and the Patriots game and the Bills and the Browns, but is any other game that you got your eyeballs on?
Honestly, those two right there kind of pique my interest the most. I'll probably definitely watch the Jets and the Patriots game. I think that'll be one I watch for sure. And then I'll tune in. I'll kind of tune in and flip back and forth to see what's going on with the Browns and the Bills.
Yeah.
I think the Bills will kick their ass.
I think it's going to be a beatdown because the Bills are coming off 2 tough losses and the Browns are fading, and I just think they're going to beat down the Browns. And
man, they're going to run that football all over them.
The following week, Deshaun Watson shows up for the Browns, but they're going to be out of contention in the AFC by that point. So it's like,
absolutely.
We're just going to get some practice games for next year, basically. So it's like, it's like I don't think the Browns have a chance to beat Buffalo, but you never know.
I agree. You never know. Anything can happen any given Sunday, right?
Chubb could go off and run all over the Browns.
Right.
Over the
Bills.
You
were like you're saying right there, though. Do I have any closing notes or closing thoughts? You know what? I'm a very nostalgic guy and a dude who likes to bring fuel to the fire. Like if I was a coach, I'd always be kind of like rallying my guys. I'm like, come on, is that all you got? Look what they think about you. And I'd always have like some like what they call chalkboard material. I'd always have that up there to give my guys that extra edge. Right. And I'll be honest with you, the one you've seen me post and everybody's probably sick of seeing me post it. I'm not going to stop you guys. It's going to keep going all year. It's the one quote I'm going to use, and it should be Tua's quote and everybody else's who doubts him, is he who laughs last laughs best. Just remember that. He who laughs last laughs best.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do. We need chalkboard stuff like that. I watched the Colorado Avalanche all year. I know it's 2 different sports, but I watched them do it all year last year. Find a way, find a way, find a way. That was their theme. Well, they found a way, and they won holding up the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Isn't that what we want?
I don't even follow hockey, so I can't even tell you. I know the Panthers are actually okay down here just because I hear on
Sports Talk Radio. They're good. They're real good.
Yeah, but I know, that's all I know. But anyway, I want Tua. That would be the best laugh. Tua holding the Lombardi
That's what I'm talking
trophy.
about. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That'd be the greatest moment that we have there. And
what kind of feeling does that give you when you picture that in your mind? What kind of feeling does that give you?
Oh, it gives you. I admit, I'll probably cry like a baby if they win.
Oh, I will, bro. I'll cry hard. It's gonna be great though.
Yeah, because I've been a fan so long, and then my son could probably understand, because like I said, my son just turned 20 here in November, and in those 20 years, the Dolphins haven't won one playoff game.
One.
So, not one. It's crazy, It's just like when I was a kid. Yeah, we didn't
win the Super Bowl, unfortunately, but we got to 2 of them or not. Because I was, like I say, in the 70s, I was way too young. I was 3 and 4 years old. I'm older than you, so I was on the earth when they won, but I don't remember crap. But when they went, but I to this day, I remember losing to the Redskins in the Super Bowl and to the 49ers in the Super Bowl. But, and I would complain about that back in the day, not knowing how spoiled I was that the Dolphins would advance and get playoff wins. I was like, oh, I'd rather not get there. I could eat those more. Oh, I'd rather not get there than lose because, oh, God, just get me back there. And then you have that chance. It's just like I jinxed myself as a fan way back then, So it's like, because it's just been so long since we've been relevant. It's sad. I mean, the only thing that Dolphins used to get national attention for the past couple of years is like Billy Gay, Dolphins tampering or this and that. We're actually getting national news for being a good football team now. And so it's such a sweet feeling.
It is. It feels so good, It's crazy to hear you talk about that too, because that Niners Super Bowl loss, that was Dan Marino's first year ever as in the NFL right there. And it's the only time he's ever even sniffed the Super Bowl, thinking in his rookie season he's going to get back and never got back there again. That's what shows you. It shows you how precious this game is, dog. It shows you how precious this game is. And when you get a chance to play and put it all out there on the line, I want you to play like it's your last time you're ever going to see the field. And you need to play every game like that.
No, I know. Oh, believe me, I was like a teenager back in '84. So I thought for sure, I go, okay, this sucks. I hate losing it. And I took it hard like because back then it was everything. I mean, it's more important than anything. So I didn't have my own kids and wife and all that stuff. So I was like, I live, eat, breathe, everything Dolphin. So that hit me hard. But after a couple of weeks, I'm like, I'm over it. We're going to be there. We got the greatest quarterback of all time. We're going to be the multiple Super Bowls, and Marino's not going to have enough hands to have all the rings, and we never made it back. It's
right. It's crazy, Rob. It's crazy, Rob. I can't blame you for that because if you knew then what you know now, you wouldn't have done all of that and said any of that. But you didn't know that. You were just going off a natural reaction to how you felt. But that would be anybody's reaction.
I know. It's like it was crazy. And then, like I said, we had a few good years after that where we had some playoff wins. The year after losing the Super Bowl, in '85, when we beat the Bears, and the only game that the Bears lost was in 1985. I was actually at that Monday Night Football game, but when we ended the Chicago Bears winning.
Really, you were there? That's the night. That's the night I became. I became a Dolphins fan that night. So it's kind of crazy. Me and you were doing a show now.
Stadium, but you were watching on TV way out there. But I was sitting here. I was there watching. It was the greatest. It was. It's in my top 3 games of all time.
Man.
One of my first articles I ever wrote for Dolphin Thursday was my top 3 games, and that's on there.
That deserves to be on there.
Game against the Jets, and then the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh, where we got to the Super Bowl. These are in my lifetime. So I want to be able to add something more recent to get on that.
It's coming. It's coming.
I know it is.
If you guys want to catch great,
if we won the Super Bowl 3-0, that'd be my favorite Dolphin game of all time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you guys want to catch great articles. You guys want to catch great articles and great write-ups on the Dolphins and Dolphins content. Don't forget to catch dolphinsthirsty.com. You go over there, you're going to catch yourself some stuff. Catch some great Dolphins content there.
Thank you, Justin. There's your shout out. I forget.
Justin's
my promotion, man. I always forget to say hit the like and subscribe button for me too here. We're trying to
smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah, and also catch us on the great network, like I said earlier. Because we're Dolphin fans. We're all in the community here together. So the Finn Sports Talk Network. You can catch Justin and I in some primetime shows on that network over there. Great guys. Make sure you give them because they're going to be good things once you get to the 500 subscriber mark. So
absolutely.
Yes, plugging someone else, but they're that good of people, so I'm going to plug them too.
Yeah, we love Bobby.
Yeah, and I can't give a jersey away when I hit 100 subscribers. So maybe we can give away a cap or something to try to get. Because when I get to 100 subscribers, I can actually, professionalize on my names on YouTube. I can use Dolphin Thirsty instead of just some crazy channel. So we're gonna try to maybe come up with some hat giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers or something like that.
Yeah,
we got a long ways to go. We're growing day by day here, so
we're growing.
Long way to go. I think I'm at 30 something subscribers, so long way to go to get to 100. But we'll get there.
Yeah, man. We'll get there, bro. I'll supply that for you, bro. I can sponsor that giveaway for you. We can do that.
Yeah. We can't give a huge fins up this week because we don't have a victory to look forward to this week, but we will look at the other teams. And just, I don't know, maybe we could do a Monday show or something and then take the rest of next week off because it'd be all family time, and or maybe just the whole week. I'll get with you on the back end on that.
Yeah, just let me know.
We go. But for sure, it's going to be fun watching with no real stress of watching the Dolphins. So, kind of keep an eyeball on other teams. And it's great. And let me throw if you guys want Dolphins gear or any team's gear for that matter, but I'm assuming most of you guys are Dolphin fans that are tuning into this crazy show. There you go. That's the way to reach out to him. He can hook you up on jerseys, shirts, and just about anything you can
whatever
imagine.
You want. Yep.
Yeah. So he would get you good stuff. So anyway, guys, once again, thank you. Fins up to all of you guys. And
thank you guys.
Thank you for bearing with us today because we had some rough moments there.
Sure.
I lost my internet. Justin, thank you for taking over
Oh, no worries.
You took it over. So anyway, fins up, guys. Have a great day and have a great weekend. And I'll have a great Thanksgiving if you don't see you before then. So
that's right.
Bye, everyone. And go Dolphins, #1.
Go Dolphins. Oh.